I'm using my twin telepathy power on my long lost twin, wherever you are. I saw Is God Is. Let's talk about it. Is God is an R-rated revenge thriller about two twins played by Cara Young and Mallory Johnson. It runs at about an hour and 40 minutes, and it's actually an adaptation of Alicia Harris's award-winning play, and it's about two twin sisters, on a journey for revenge. Ooh. Although I really enjoyed the story, I thought that maybe it could have been paced a little bit better. Maybe that's just because I'm impatient. It wasn't an insanely slow burn, but it definitely had a more exciting ending than it did a beginning, and I'd even argue maybe even a middle at some times. However, it did have an extremely strong introduction. I will say that. I don't want to talk about the story and plot too much because I try and keep this as spoiler free as possible, or I try to at least. And so because of that, we're going to keep that very, very light. I thought the locations were really cool. It featured a reoccurring, really like long desert highway and a couple of really cool suburban modern mansion areas that I thought were really, really cool looking. And although this revenge story has been done over and over again, I do think that the blend of cool style and neat characters kind of makes this seem a little bit more unique. And speaking of the characters, let's talk about them. I've got to say, I loved all of the characters. All of them had a very unique and colorful, but very distinctive personality. They were all very different, and they all had a really, really cool, good sense of fashion. And we'll talk a little bit more about the fashion later, but the two twins, they had so much charisma and such a beautifully strong relationship. It was very fun to see them together, and it was very fun to see these two go on this, this revenge journey together. They had good charisma, and they were great together, I think. And on top of that, every character was introduced in a very, very cool way. It really reminded me of the Borderlands video games, how each character, protagonist, antagonist, gets a unique introduction. They had this type of narration that kind of went on in the background while they were introducing characters that kind of either gave a little bit of a background or just kind of had made a silly comment. And I really, really, really enjoyed that. I thought that was really cool. And I've always been kind of a fan of those kind of weird narration style things like monologues or like eternal thoughts. So I thought that was great. And with a mixture of old and very, very, very modern use of words and slang, it made for some interesting dialogue, I will say. And maybe I'm getting old, but I do think the overuse of like some of the modern day like slang and words and sayings, after a while, it did kind of start to get a little bit of annoying. They kind of started to annoy me, I will say that. But one thing that did not annoy me was the soundtrack. And this soundtrack was awesome. It had a very wide range of styles. It sounded very like experimental, like remixy music. They were all kind of these upbeat of like jazz music, rock music, and even rap music, which was very interesting to see. And I think, with the wide range of styles it had, it works really, really well with the vibes that kind of go throughout the movie. And on top of that, mixed with some of the neat camera work and the really cool color grading, I think it all comes together really, really well. And speaking of that, we'll get to that, but let's talk a little bit about the fashion first. I think every single character had a very unique sense of fashion, and I love that in movies. I always like it in movies when like they have these over-the-top fashion show, futuristic kind of styles and stuff, like Edge Runners or Hunger Games. I really love the sense of style in Hunger Games, and that's something that I really, really like to see. They all had really cool outfits, and especially the antagonist. That man had that shit on, I might say. I have to say it. Brother had that shit on. I do not. I've got a stain on my shirt. This is one of my pajama shirts. So I don't want to hear anything about it. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Now, there weren't any like camera shots or like specific scenes like that were shot in a way that really stuck with me, but they did use this really cool use of black and white, and the only thing being colored is like blood. And especially in the introduction scene, I think it worked really well. It was something that caught my eye immediately. They don't do it a lot, and honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of wish that they did do it more, because I do think that it looked very cool. And I know that's been done before, but I think the spots in which they used them, it worked very well. So I think it was a little bit more, it was a little bit more impactful than if you were to just kind of use it just here and there, here and there, here and there. So I guess I do kind of retract my previous statement about wishing that they used it a little bit more. But pretty much, I'd say the only thing I didn't really like about the movie is I'd say it was a little slow in parts. But yeah, that'd be my only dislike. I'd say the movie was a fun watch, very enjoyable. I'd say if you have a chance to go watch it, go watch it. My next movie is tonight. We are watching Obsession. It is a movie about a crazy girlfriend. Bye-bye. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/scooter_booter_. All of my links are going to be in the descriptions. You can follow all of my socials, please. I live stream every single day. Come watch me. I love you forever. I love you forever. We've been playing a lot of Skyrim. Also, go check out my friend's rugs. He started making rugs. Well, he's been making rugs for a really long time now. They're really good, really awesome rugs. My buddy Mike, I've known him for a very long time. His TikTok for his rug page is in the description. Please go show him some love. Don't be mean. Don't go over there and troll just to troll. You know, that's not nice. But if you're gonna troll somebody, troll me. Sit here and make fun of me because, you know. But yes, I hope every single one of you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Yeah, I'll see you guys then. Bye. Noggin.